Let's get ready to talk sports, entertainment, and innovation. It's time for SEICon Shorts.
Welcome to another edition of SEICon Shorts. We are excited to have episode 3 for you all today. Welcome, Shawn Garrity, CEO of Circle. Welcome, Jay Vickers, Chief Operating Officer at UNLV Sports Innovation Institute. And welcome, Solomon Escalante, Graduate Assistant at UNLV Innovation Institute, as well as an intern for SEICon, as well as a recent intern for the Super Bowl host committee in Las Vegas. Ooh, that's a mouthful, Saul. Very nice to have everybody here today. Jay, welcome. It's very nice to see you again. Looking forward to hearing all about the experiences the past week in Las Vegas. So why don't you kick us off, Jay?
I got to tell you, I am so impressed with our community, with our city, with just everything that happened in this past week. But not just the past week. It's the leadership of people like Sam Joffrey, CEO, Las Vegas Super Bowl host committee, and the team that he put together. What a lot of people don't understand about the Super Bowl is typically a city gets awarded the Super Bowl and they have at least a 3 to 4 year runoff to prepare, bring together some great talent, recruit students, recruit people from all over the country or within the community and build great relationships, right? I have to tell you, we've already been regarded as the best Super Bowl ever, not only as a game, but also just the production itself. And the reason why that happened is because of the great people involved, but it happened in 18 months. Sam Joffrey hit the ground running. He built great relationships with all the folks around the community faster than anyone ever thought could happen. He was open to brand new ideas. He was open to doing things that have never happened before, like the internship program that we're going to talk about later. But more importantly than that, is the intellectual capital of our community and our stakeholders in our city. They understood the mission. They understood what needed to happen. And they all came together as one and said, we're going to make sure from day one, this is the number one Super Bowl that everyone would talk about for days, months, and years to come. It will challenge every other city that hosts the Super Bowl. This is now the new standard. And that's what you're seeing today is people are saying, this is the new standard. This is what it's supposed to be. But what they fail to realize, though, from our community, we've been here before. We know entertainment. We know events. This isn't new to us. We know how to get people in and out of hotel rooms and from the airport down to the strip, down to have great fan engagement. The entire city was activated. Our university was activated. We had great volunteers. We had great employees, great leadership. Roger Goodell, which I had the privilege to be around him in some events, said, wow, this has exceeded every expectation that we have at the NFL. And it didn't just start with the Super Bowl. It started with the NFL draft, the Pro Bowl, every event that they've given us to this city. We said, look, let's show them how we get it done. And we made it look easy. Now, granted, there's a lot of hard work in there, but it's because we've been there before. We know we have great leaders in Steve Hill, great leaders in LBJ, Tina Quigley, great leaders and all the different heads of MGMs, Caesars. Again, everybody came together to do something spectacular. And that was the only expectation. Just make it spectacular. No different than how we look at SEICon.
I love that, Jay. That's great. And Sal, coming off your fresh experience as an intern for the Super Bowl host committee, talk about the experience there in Las Vegas for this first ever Super Bowl there. What was it like, feet on the ground?
Absolutely. So first off, it's an honor to be on this podcast with you guys who have so much experience. So thanks for having me. As a student at UNLV studying intercollegiate and professional sports management, hearing that the Super Bowl was coming to town and hearing that there had been internship programs set up through UNLV Sports Innovation Institute and the Las Vegas Super Bowl host committee was just the most exciting thing because it's the biggest sporting event in the United States. So hearing about this internship program, for me, I was like, how can I get involved? So it started with volunteering. And I remember volunteering over a year before Super Bowl started at a press conference. And I got to meet a few folks from the executive committee, a few folks from the host committee. And from there, in my experience, I was able to build the beginning of a connection. And later on, I applied for their internship program, and I worked with community affairs and the NFL Business Connect program. And that experience was amazing because to these local businesses, the Super Bowl means so much. And to see them get rewarded with contracts was just really fulfilling for me.
Love that. Well, from the student to the teacher, Shawn, I believe you've been to 7 or 8 Super Bowls. So talk to us about, being in the epicenter of Las Vegas and how this one was so different.
No, thanks, Adam. And first, again, congratulations to you, Saul. You're really the embodiment about what's right about UNLV, the students, and the benefits that our sports entertainment innovation community will have with having great young adults like you taking it to the next level. So thank you for joining us and everything you do for SEICon, and congratulations on a great experience with the Super Bowl host committee. And Jay, to you and the collective, being able to, the first time ever, and I know United Way was very active in that as well with the NFL, to allow first-gen students in many instances and young adults that are having a lot of expenses to be able to put that work in and also be compensated for that. So compliments to the NFL and to the host committee, and obviously to you and your team. That was really incredible. And Adam, just sharing my observations, is great. Well, it's going into a game, as the lead up to a game is really the whole show for the industry to the greatest degree. The game is just, now you can relax and exhale a little bit. I had a chance last night to be with Scott Bowler, who headed up the local advertising and digital elements for the host committee, and had an amazing team of our local practitioners doing a lot of great things around the community, the airport, et cetera. And, having the benefit of a lot of the data that has now been released, looking at the economic impact, over $1 billion. They're estimating there was almost 450,000 people that came in for the game, whether it was viewing the game as we would normally get, and then those that actually now are coming because the game is here. The numbers really outperformed everybody's expectations. And I know, Jay, you mentioned Steve Hill, and I think as he prognosticated the numbers, which would have been imposing for any other city, now they're almost accusing them of hedging it a little bit and playing it easy, which obviously was not. But I think it just spoke to the overall success and the excitement of what we did here, what our collective did. And kudos to Steve and his team, obviously. But as you look at going to Super Bowls, I'll give you this as my end of it, and I'll work my way back quickly. I had some friends in town. I was able to get them some close parking to the to Allegiant, and I don't know what I was going to expect coming in. Honestly, had a friend of me, and I drove, no traffic. Here you go, right in there. You're good. And what would be a 15-minute drive home from a Raiders game or just on a normal day took me 15 minutes to get home. And, spending a lot of time driving the Strip, just being around events, being around the periphery where CBS Sports, as an example, was at Virgin, and that was really a nice environment Virgin created for the CBS Sports folks, obviously our host venue for SEICon. But being around a lot of those elements, people were very happy. They enjoyed. They were treated first rate. The logistics, the efficiency, everything was incredible. One of the amazing things I heard Professor Dennis Denninger from Falk with a few of our amazing students. The biggest thing they shared was how could an aristocrat slot machine be sitting on an NFL broadcast set with NFL logos all over that slot machine. I think that was a thing that blew a lot of people's minds that 5 years ago would have been unimaginable, 10 years, that you'd see NFL logos on an aristocrat slot machine in the backdrop set of a major NFL broadcast. So just shows the progress of gaming, sports, Las Vegas, and that overall embrace. And the last thing I would say, being in a bunch of Super Bowls, I've been to New Orleans, which is going to be the next host, and they've kind of said thank you to Las Vegas. We'll take it from here. I think Las Vegas is probably saying, we love you and good luck. I wouldn't want to. It's like following an animal or a child on a talk show, right? Don't try to compete with those things. I wouldn't want to be following the act that our whole community put together here with the NFL. And, from Detroit, Arizona, Miami, New Orleans, different Super Bowls I've been to, they're all great because it's a Super Bowl, you can't fail. But the spread, the sprawl, events, whether they're corporate events, league events, promoted events, private events, you're all over the place. You could be driving 30, 40 minutes from one thing to the next. And, you talk about congestion. There was some talk about some bad things are going to happen in Las Vegas. The congestion, I found it to be very normal. And the last thing I'd say is that I intentionally drove the strip the next day after the Super Bowl on Monday. And it was the funniest thing. It was like sandcastles at the beach. The waves come in overnight, everything gets cleaned up, and you have a new day. It was just another day in Las Vegas. And I think that really speaks to F1 being here, CES being here. All these events, as Jay said, act like you've been there before. There's not a place in the world with airports, hotels, hospitality, public transit, the mindset of what happened. And I think the NFL gave the Las Vegas host committee the greatest compliment. They said, you know what? You were close to perfect, but you weren't. But where you were perfect, if something wasn't the way it was supposed to be, the speed and the spirit with which it was addressed was amazing. So, I think the city did get a perfect grade for wanting it to be the best experience ever. So, really an amazing thing to see. Truly historic, and it's really a pleasure to have Saul and the team here and Jay that worked so hard on it in our community. And I think we just feel a little prouder, right, Jay? A little prouder today.
You know what? I definitely want to beat my chest. There's so many times people have made different monikers as relates to our community, our city, even our university. And to know that our university played a huge role in assisting and pulling off an outstanding Super Bowl experience for so many different people. That makes me proud. And me, I played in the background. It's students like Solomon and others that really stepped up and showed the strength of our programs, our intercollegiate and professional sports management program, the strength of our student athletes. Those are a majority of the students that attained these internships, and they learn not only the areas that they applied for the internships, but all the different areas. And they learn from great leaders like Maisha Boyce and Rochelle Rice and Samantha Grimes. I mean, the list goes on and on of the folks that they had there. And we even had law school students be a part of this program. And Sam was creative enough to say, how do we get a law school student here and let them see the behind the scenes of what it takes to sign these agreements and NDAs and et cetera. Right. And I think those are the type of things that needs to happen. And I'm hoping that the NFL will look at this program and say, how do we replicate that moving forward as a legacy program through the NFL? I think those are the type of things that need to happen. The NFL does an outstanding job, in my opinion, of coming into a community and embracing that community, even if it's just for a day. They do an outstanding job in doing that. But I would like to see them continue this internship program that we set forth here at UNLV and the Las Vegas Super Bowl Host Committee, so we can have more students like Solomon Escalante that can be representative of whatever university in that city. And I think that's just a really good look and aspirational for other young people.
No, that's fantastic. And Saul, kind of kicking it back over to you and your experiences throughout this internship and what you're doing with SEICon specifically and helping out with our social media initiatives and marketing and all of our digital work. Talk to us about your career aspirations as well. As you're looking forward closer to graduation here, what are you looking to do as you get yourself supplanted into the industry in a full-time capacity?
Absolutely. So after finishing out with interning with the Las Vegas Super Bowl Host Committee, I became a graduate assistant with UNLV Sports Innovation Institute and an intern with SEICon, the Sports Entertainment and Innovation Conference coming to Vegas in July. So working with the social media has been a great experience for me, reaching out and into the online space of all our partners who are out there, innovative sports companies, innovative entertainment companies, learning about them, finding out who we can invite out to SEICon to make this an amazing conference, It's just really exciting. Initiating certain conversations about sponsorship packages too. And through working with social and sponsorships and sales with SEICon, one thing that's drawn my interest has been fundraising, which I know is also Jay's background. So, yeah, that's one thing that I'm looking at right now.
Good for you.
Learning more about. And actually, at UNLV, we are a R1 university, so heavy on research. And I'm trying to construct my research around fundraising and nonprofit sports business.
It's great.
Outstanding. I just learned something new.
Your footsteps, kid. Those are good footsteps, Sal. You're making a good decision. I like that. Kind of connecting sports around nonprofit and areas of delivering good is an amazing path, I think, for you to take. And I see you having a lot of success down that road as well. That's very, very cool. Excellent. Shawn, what do you want to do when you grow up?
You know what, Adam? I want to be you. If I could be a blend of you, Jay, and Saul, everything would be good for me. You know what? I think the goal is never to really know what you want to do when you grow up, right? You're always about the pursuit. It's about choosing what you do and who you do it with and how you do it. And yeah, I think it's really a great question. I can say this, and I know Jay has this in his heart. We all do. For SU, for UNLV, in our wider campuses, you look at our chancellor, President Whitfield. You think about the city of Las Vegas, and a lot of the stakeholders really helped us with SEICon to bring it to life and have it where it is. You know, it's been our mandate internally, and we're very happy people are starting to pick it up and get it. The Super Bowl coming to Las Vegas was going to be the best Super Bowl ever before it ever came. And that's not a cocky statement. It's just that it's built to be that. And if you look at any other city, as great as they are, they're not built to do a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl has to build itself to work in that city. And I think there's some nice flavor to that. But this is built to be the best in the world if it comes here, an F1, a Super Bowl. It really doesn't matter. The championships we have coming in the future, and we see the same thing for SEICon. If this isn't going to be the first of its kind and the best it's ever been, then why are we doing it? That would be below the standards of SU, of UNLV, and the greater city at large. And a lot of people have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes for 2 years. And what we've been really excited about is we've gone on our discovery tour of a sporting event as it started to a sports and entertainment event. And then really understanding that it was really about innovation that complements the world of sports entertainment. The brands and the people that we've engaged and the innovators, ironically, have led the way for us. Some of the amazing companies from Kidman Labs, Zoom, formerly Game On, which is on, Ipsos, just an amazing evolve. We've also got some initial conversations coming with Dow on some fun discovery where they're doing sustainability through robotics and STEM programs. That's the heart of this. It's about our students, our faculty, but it's about doing something truly global in impact. And as you know, we're moving towards our DC events, New York City, UK, Saudi on a 2-year trajectory with some great progress going there. But I think this July 15th to the 17th at Virgin Hotels, we are going to have an amazing gathering of people, thought leaders, industry players, students, and our future leaders here. So, I do know this. After that event, it'll be kind of like Monday for the NFL. We have, let's get back to work. But I love what I'm doing right now. It's really a dream. And, Jay, I can certainly confirm for the both of us. We got a great time on this road, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The fun just getting started.
Well, wonderful. Well, Adam, what do you want to? Why don't you give it the last word here? What do you want to do with your life? Where do you go from here? Are you just thinking about the weekend? I know you've been recovering from a little bit of the winter flu.
Yeah, seriously. You know what? I want to be at SEICon 15 years from now, working with this great team and having this be a mainstay, an institutional event that happens every single year in Las Vegas, very, very large, and then other, tangential events around the country, and do something fun and innovative, working with great people around an amazing cause and tying this, incredible industry together from every tentacle that there is and bringing it all to Las Vegas this summer. So I'm all in on SEICon, and this summer, but really as a long-term play, I think what we're working with here is really incredible. And it's not just the concept, it's the people, it's the teams that we're working with. It's our incredible intern. Sal was our first SEICon intern. We've got 9 right now, and he's been on since day one. So it's all about the people. You guys know that. I see you smiling there, Jay. You've been doing this thing long enough where you know it's not about the paycheck or about where you live. It's about the people that you get to go to battle with every single day. So it's Absolutely. Been an honor, and looking forward to our next SEICon shorts coming up here next week. But thank you all for listening in. Thank you so much, Shawn, Jay, Sal. Jay, you want to say something? I'm going to let you have the last word.
No, I'm actually good to go. I'm just happy to hear the things that you're saying. You're right. It's about relationships. It's about people. And it just takes me back to what Shawn and I have talked about for, the past couple of years now is what is SEICon? Education plus collaboration equals deal making. And deal making comes in many different forms. And the first form that we're going to be interested in is just building new relationships and taking those to new levels through sports, because that's what sports does. It brings people together. And SEICon is going to be an avenue to do that, is bringing thought leaders together and great minds together and having great detailed deep discussions about how we can have a positive impact on sports. So really excited about it. July 15th, can't get here any sooner. Maybe wait a little bit so we can keep shaping things out the way we want to, but I can't wait for it to get here.
By the way, Jay, I think you have some plans for Sunday, right? You're going to be introducing a I don't remember his name, a pretty average athlete, right? Don't you have a event on Sunday?
I would say he's probably regarded as one of the greatest athletes of all time, and Michael Phelps. So pretty excited to have the opportunity to meet him and represent City of Las Vegas, UNLV, and the Vickers group. I thank them for giving me the opportunity to really have a good conversation with him and get to know his thoughts on mental health.
Wow. Wonderful. By the way, Adam, just as a teaser coming up, we want to really give a shout out to Underdog. They're our partners focused on our innovation hub and the labs within and the speakers and the judges. There's going to be an amazing component of this, which is the up-and-coming innovators in a curated area with labs and speaking and panelists, judges, some great awards, but we want to thank Underdog, our agency partners, for curating that. We'll be having them on a segment here to come, and I really appreciate Underdog's efforts. Adam, thank you for the great efforts you've been putting forth to everything, and exciting times to come.
Thanks for listening. Hope everybody has a great day.